This is Help Me Understand. Welcome back
To Help Me Understand
with Sean Tucker.
and Daniel Schmidt.
And we have special guest with us.
Mickey Bauchan.
Absolutely. This is the first time we've ever tried 3 microphones.
It's going to be a trip.
Yeah.
Gonna be a trip.
Small technical difficulties. If you hear a buzz, sorry about that.
We'll see how it
And
goes.
we've got 2 of us interviewing the guest at the same time.
This is
And
new.
he's with us in the beginning.
It's
This is all new territory, Mickey.
Well, this is
All
great.
we all this for you.
Welcome to the guinea pig.
Yeah.
Well, we got to start somewhere.
That's how much we respect you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
Challenging. 2-on-1. I got it.
Right. So a little bit of rebuttal, because we always start with a little bit of
Course,
rebuttal.
course.
Some repercuss.
Of course.
I mistakenly said in the last episode that you and Kate did not talk about Casablanca, but you did.
We did. I thought I was like,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
My
Not
bad.
much.
My
I-
bad.
Not enough. Not
Yes.
enough. Fair enough. I'll
Yeah.
accept that, but I feel like we did.
And
mention it
I should show you when I talked about Jason Muxlow commenting. And well, that's him just talking about Star Trek here. Hang on a second. Here we go. It starts there. Keeps
Oh,
going.
boy.
Keeps going.
Oh,
Keeps
boy.
going. Keeps going. Keeps
Wow.
going. Keeps going. Keeps going. That's the whole Rose episode.
That's a
Wow.
beautiful,
J Mux had a lot to say.
He did.
amazing.
He's gonna have a lot to say about this guy too.
I'm sure he
sure.
will.
Okay, so we're still left over some pie leftovers, literally.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Bill Janetsky said, make the pie hater eat the pie."
Make the pie. I don't hate pie. I just don't.
Okay. Yeah, but Rose and I discussed in the last episode that the crust makes or breaks
Very true. I
the
agree.
pie.
Oh, all
I'm
right.
only going to give you a sliver, and I'm going to give Mickey the larger piece. But
Fair enough.
this is a superior pie crust.
He'll appreciate it more than I will. so.
Yes.
It is a Bill Janetsky pie.
And
Trademarked.
I was waiting.
trademark. So here we go, gentlemen. Okay, John, you gotta come my way here. Otherwise, we are gonna waste the precious. Thank you, Mick. Oh, please stay intact. Okay. Woo.
Wait, what kind of pie is this?
This is cran apple, and then Mickey, you get the
Gee,
The monster
you
piece.
get the rest of
day.
that. Yeah, I know. Did you know you're gonna get pie?
I did not.
Let us be clear. Sponsored by Bill Janetsky Pies. There was
Trademark.
no money. There was no money exchanged. Just pie.
Just pie.
We accept payments in form of food.
Those forks are pretty nice.
The what?
The forks you just set down.
Here, eat it.
Eat it. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
So for Bill Janetsky,
Of course.
let's have your review, Sean.
I'll do it. I'm right-handed. I can't do this. Okay. Okay. Got a little bit. Got a little
It's
bit.
best served warm, but I put it on an ice pack just to keep it. Chewing into the microphone, just what our viewers want to hear.
The 1 week I come.
Try that again.
Just give it a simple
It
grade.
is so humid out.
All right. Let's go.
Second try.
Okay.
Scale of 1 to 10.
Solid 9.
Wow.
Just because
Janetsky
I don't,
pies.
I would give it a 10, but I don't like pie.
Okay, there you go.
Nor do I like whatever the cranberry is. So
So let the record show that
Pretty good.
Sean gave, who doesn't normally like pie, a Bill Janetsky pie, a 9 out of 10. You can finish that later. We don't want you to eat in front of the microphone.
no.
But we didn't come here to talk about pie. We came here to talk about exercise.
How to burn off that pie.
How to burn off that pie. I'll just give you the floor, because your story about running isn't just that you run. It's very interesting. You've had to come back from running several times, and you have to help me, Mickey, understand, because this is something I have not understood since I was very little, and I always felt like I should, but I just
I get it.
when I look at running, I'm just like, I'm not going to do it. So help me understand. What is it that I might need to understand, even if I don't like it?
I get it. My wife had told me since I was going to come today to make sure that I say this, and I don't know if you probably know this. I don't know if you know this. I didn't start running until I was in my 40s. Now I'm in my 50s, so that's 80% of my life. I'd have been standing there, saying somebody help me get this. So when my wife started to run, I said to her, running is stupid. Why would you want to run? If you're not bouncing a ball or chasing a ball or hitting a ball, baseball player.
Of course.
Why would you want to run, right? So I said all those things to my wife. So I'm a convert.
You're a convert. No, exactly what age did you start? Because maybe it's not too late for me.
No, I was in my 40s. I was 40.
Okay, I'm not there yet.
43, 42, 43 when I started to run.
Why did you start?
My wife was running, and I kind of got the bug. So I think, so I get it, right? I mean, if that's like debate 101, right, is know the other side's argument. I know the argument, right? I mean, why do you say that about running? Because there's one big word.
There's a lot of time.
Time, okay.
For me, it's a lot of time to
Yeah.
run at nothing.
Okay, I get that. Because of boring. Boring's the one I hear a
Just
lot.
hard.
Yeah, boring, hard.
I mean, I like to run.
Yeah.
I have very specific parameters of running. Like I have to
Like
run like
first
through
base.
a neighborhood. Yeah, like I don't like to run on a treadmill or like in a track.
Oh, I'm not a fan of those either.
I like to run like through like
Okay.
out in the open. So it's really Dan that's not the.
Okay, so
Yeah,
yeah, so
'cause you
really
like
I
go-
should be standing here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I got it.
Yeah, both of you are helping me understand exercise
In
because
general, but
even
you're the
Sean
running
knows I
expert.
don't
You're the
even want to
running
go to the gym, and Sean
Yeah.
goes to the gym. No, thank you.
And I think the other thing, I was thinking about this earlier today. The other thing is that we hear a lot, and it's been like conditioned in us from since the time we're little, like running is punishment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you get
Well-
in trouble, you got to run.
What?
You get in trouble, you
Yeah,
run.
you know,
like
gym
if-
class. You're like you're talking too
Oh,
much.
I
Start
thought
running
like your
laps.
parents.
No,
parents.
no.
Aye, aye.
no.
Don't talk back to
Gym
me.
class.
Go
No.
run a mile.
Yeah, gym class, you get in trouble. We got in trouble. I was in, what was I in? 8th grade gym class, and we were horsing around, and gym teacher wanted to take attendance, and we were messing around. And so then he was spewing. He was so mad. He was just spitting everywhere. And finally, we kind of got lined up, and he was still yelling at us, and he kicked the bleachers,
Okay.
and he started to limp. And you think 8th grade boys didn't just like totally lose it when that happened? And he's like, that's it. 4th hour gym class. You guys are just running the rest of the week.
Oh, no.
Until like every day, like we'd go in and change our clothes and just run laps. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that's it. We're conditioned that running is punishment.
All right, so interesting because we've been saying in the last couple episodes, sometimes when you don't like something, you've had a negative experience.
Okay.
Right.
So you had a negative experience,
Totally. Yeah. I
In
had nothing.
8th grade.
Yep. And I was never a fan. And then I'll jump ahead. My wife started to run. Like I said, she started to run in the early 2000s, 2002, 3, something like that. And even then, I'll tell you what, and she'll tell you this, when she came home, or we were sitting there and my daughters were like 7 and 9, 6 and 8. And she said she was going to go for a run. And I said, why did you get in trouble at work? Like same thing you just said.
Oh, yeah.
Like your boss said, go home. You're late for a meeting. Go home and run, 3 miles or
You
something.
didn't get those files
Yeah,
in on
and
time.
she's like, you're an idiot. And like, she just, so she started. And then probably it was from that. I was watching her. The Crim. Let me talk the Crim real quick. I'll tell you a real quick Crim story, and that'll lead me into how I got into running and lead into that. My Crim days, my first 5 or 6 Crims before I started to run, my wife, Tammy, she'd get up at like 5:30 in the morning and change her clothes and get something to eat so that it's, settled on her stomach, right? And then she'd head downtown. And the Crim, I probably should tell what the Crim is, huh? People might
Well,
not know.
this is a podcast
Yeah, for
Everybody knows
local
about friends,
people. Yeah.
for friends.
Everybody knows then. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she'd head downtown to the Crim, and the race starts at 8. So she gets down there, I don't know, like at 7 or something. And I'm still sleeping. The other thing is running's not like a spectator sport. You can't sit there and just watch.
Yeah.
I mean, you could watch Usain Bolt run a 100-meter, but like for a long race. And so I wasn't going to go watch anything. So I stayed in bed, and I'd kind of watch because Channel 12 always broadcast from there. And so I'd watch that, and I'd see if I saw her, and I'd kind of like fall back asleep, and I'd wake up and I'd fall asleep. And then at 8 o'clock, the race goes off, and I don't know, maybe they don't have the rights to it. They wouldn't show it, and they'd go to something else. And so then about 8 o'clock, I'd get up, I'd get the girls up, and I'd say, okay, we're going to head downtown. And we'd head downtown, and the race has gone off, like I said, 8 o'clock's the professionals, and they send people off every 2 or 3
Yeah.
minutes. And the next group is like the super fast people and fast people. So my wife goes off like 20 after 8. And then there's, 25 after, and there's more groups, and then there's walkers, whatever. So we get down there about 9 o'clock, and the Lions Club had an all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast at the pavilion. So me and the girls hit that, and we're there at 9, and we know we got till 10:30 before my wife's going to get done. So we got an hour and a half. We are putting away pancakes like there's no tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it's like, okay, let's get some more pancakes, get some more. I go up and they put like 2 on there, and I was like, dude, it's all you can eat. Change the sign or put some more on there, right? and so we were eating pancakes, and then finally, like 10:15, it's like, Mom's going to finish. We got to get to the finish line. Mm-hmm. And we walk down there just like this bloated, burping mess with maple syrup coming out of every pore of my body. And we get down the finish line, and it's like 5 people deep. So we can't get anywhere near the road. So it's like, okay, we walk down another block or 2 blocks. So we're at like probably 9.8 miles, and we get a spot on the fence. And people are going by us, and they're walking. And like some of them are crying, and some of them are limping, and then some are doing all 3. And the girls would say to me, Dad, why are they doing this? And my answer is, I don't know. Because, I'd say, who won today? We just ate pancakes for an hour and a half, and they look like this. And they're like, oh, we won. We're high-fiving each other. And then we see my wife, and she looks just like everybody else. She comes by, and we're like, yeah, good job. And she looks at us, and she'd go, yeah. I'm like, is Mom okay? I don't know. And she'd go through, and so then we'd go and we'd catch up afterwards, like, okay, let's catch up with her after the finish. And they have a party at the flat lot downtown. And we'd see all these people that like 10 minutes earlier looked like death warmed over. Yeah. And they're all grinning from ear to ear, and they're high-fiving each other, and they're hugging each other. And it's like, what happened to these people? And then my wife comes up, and she's like, hey, you guys, I'm so glad you came. That was awesome. And da-da-da. And she's just going, and it's like, all right, I'm not sure about this. That's called the runner's high.
Right.
As after that, they feeling that. So I did that for a few years, and then I started hearing these stories of these people. Right. And some of these people are running, overcoming an injury. Some of these people are running because their mom died of cancer, and they get to, when I'm seeing them at 9.8 and they're crying, it's like the emotions, because they're like that close, and they're just like overwhelmed with emotion. And so after hearing that for a couple of years, that's when I was like, I want some of that. I mean, that's kind of cool. That's neat. That's like Father Tony was saying that one when he did it, and he said, my drug of choice, and he said, don't do drugs, kids.
Right, it was music.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what it was like with these people, and I'm like, that's what I want. So that's when I started running, and so
you actually got drawn in by the community aspect of it, like the camaraderie that you saw that you realized you were missing out.
Yeah, which is funny because I never run with people. I can't run with people, but just that, and being around it and the atmosphere.
When you know that other people are doing it, that's what draws you in. Like there's like a running community.
Yep. So that's how I got into it, and then now, I mean, I run just about every day in the morning.
Right. But I don't run. You said injury, so like you've had to overcome 2.
Yep. Right? I've had a couple surgeries on my knee. I had my knee replaced in 2018. Not due to running. I've had bad knees since I was a kid. But so when I injured my knee, and then I went, and he said, he told me I was all done running. And I literally sat in his office and cried when he told me that. Wow. So it was not a good day. But then I went home, and I caught my wife, and I told her, and sat in the kitchen and cried some more and prayed some more, and then said, okay, well, let's just do this and see what happens.
And you're running again.
And now I'm running again, yeah.
Well, there you go.
So doctors don't always know what they're talking about.
The Crim?
Yep, doing the Crim.
Awesome.
Done it a couple times since then. So, yeah, and like I said, I think the drug of choice thing, and I think, was it Rosemary said it last week about, what'd you say about cooking?
Therapeutic,
that's the word.
Yeah, that's why you find, I find you so inspirational, even though I'm trying to understand the thing. Oh, yeah, definitely. Because when Mickey posts his runs on social media world, it's always inspirational. It's there's something about when you post, it's not like, oh, look at me. It's just, there's something inspirational that actually draws us all in about, like, I don't know, you seeing the sunset that morning, or I don't know, or what came to you and through reflection, or what you were listening to. So what do you listen to?
A lot of times I'm listening to praise and worship music. Sometimes I'm listening to a podcast.
I'm not sure we're like the running type of
I don't know if
podcast.
we are either.
Yeah.
It's more of like a sit and like drink coffee type thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, we're talking about
It's-
food and Star Wars a lot.
Yeah, it's okay to listen to and just kind of zone out and run.
Yeah,
So I might not have caught the whole thing.
yeah.
No, it is. I mean, it varies. It just varies. It depends. I like doing it like when we go somewhere. That's one of my favorite things when I go on vacation is we'll get up and run.
Mm-hmm.
Like we went to Chicago this summer, and Taylor and I went, and she was riding her bike, and then we went running, and we were the only ones in the group that saw Wrigley Field. Like, we got up early and so let's run, and we ran down to Wrigley Field, and
Right.
you know,
Wow.
Were you
Sounds kinda
close
cool.
or were you like? I mean, Wrigley Field's like a 45-minute train ride.
well, it was like 7 miles.
Yeah. No. Well.
But I mean, I had a break in the middle because then we took
Oh,
pictures
yeah,
and walked
yeah.
around,
Right.
and then 7 miles back.
Oh
so
wow, that's a commitment to go.
We got up early.
So you've done marathons too?
Yep. I've done 15, I think.
15 marathons?
I think so.
Wow.
Jeez.
I think so. I'm doing one this fall.
I did
When,
like.
when you lose count, you're 15
You know you're
or
the. You like
16.
you
I
get into
don't
something
know.
when you're just
Like I remember when I've ran more than 0.2 miles. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I ran
Well,
like one mud run. You ever heard of a mud run?
I did the Warrior Dash once.
I did it when I was like 6.
Yeah.
I was like me and my cousin dressed up as like superheroes every year. We went to this mud run. It was pretty fun. But after that, I was like, no.
Did
Nah,
you do with the obstacles and
Mhm.
climbing over all the stuff?
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Then I was like, no, I'm not gonna run anymore. No thanks.
Yeah. And my knee is kind of. My wife has threatened me. I'm only on straight paths. No trails,
yeah.
just road running. No mud runs. Yeah.
So something else you're really interested in, which is actually the first thing you said based on episode 1B, is you're like, can I come talk baseball?
Oh,
Baseball.
baseball.
Yeah.
I feel
But you don't
like-
have to help me
I
understand.
feel like
it,
we're
but
all
maybe-
pretty good baseball.
I know,
fans.
but there's someone out there who's
Sure, there's-
probably
Who
like,
doesn't get baseball?
I
Actually,
think my
I
wife
have
doesn't.
A bunch of friends that don't.
Really?
They're like, I don't understand. I'm like, how do you not? Like, they're like, I don't understand why you're gonna stand there and hit a ball around. I'm like, then they'll go and scream at football, which I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's like it's the same thing.
I've noticed some people do like the playing of it because I do
Yeah.
a lot of wiffle ball tournaments with my friends and
It's
family.
the watching that a lot of
I think
are
people
like,
don't understand the slow pace of the listening or watching.
Yeah.
So explain that, like why you would even pay attention to the Tigers on a 3 o'clock in an afternoon.
Yeah, I should call Taylor because Taylor loves baseball. To me, it's kind of therapeutic too. I mean, I think baseball's kind of relaxing to
Oh, yeah.
watch it because it's not nonstop. You can watch it, and if depending on how intense you want to get, I mean, you can get super intense, and like every pitch is a battle, and you know this pitch sets up the next pitch, and the whole 9 yards. Or you can just kind of watch and just kind of chill and hang out and watch.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So I mean, I've done both.
Right. Or just listening to in the afternoon and it's just a good voice.
I mean, and then I think it also goes back to like that thing about community. I mean,
Yeah.
you get a good group of people that you watch baseball with, and you're like,
Mhm.
you get into it, and then,
Right.
I mean, plus Detroit baseball, I mean, has some of the like biggest fans that I've seen around.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then Miggy hitting his 500th was like even better. You know what I mean? So perfect
Right.
timing, by the way, to bring that up. But
It was.
so yeah, I think it also goes back to that.
hmm I think I can tie that to it too. The first thing he said after he hit his 500th
Mhm.
is they were talking. The announcer said something about all the hours hitting off the tee and all the hours in the batting cage. And I mean, that's kind of, I was thinking that too as I was thinking about running. It's like all those hours paying out. Just like if you're playing a piece in music, I'm sure
Mhm.
the same thing. Sometimes it feels like work and you're trying to trudge through something, and then all of a sudden you do, and you're like, wow, that was it.
Yeah.
Nailed it. All the same.
You're very inspirational, Mickey.
Definitely.
Because even when I
Make
want to
him
like diss
blush.
running, I always think, but Mickey.
Yeah.
I don't care about my brothers.
Yeah, your brothers do.
They're all runners. I was like, yeah, well, I don't care about them.
Get you a WWMD bracelet.
Yeah. Wait, what?
What would Mickey do?
What would Mickey do?
I was
Oh,
thinking,
I'm sorry.
did I miss a letter?
Wow.
WWMD.
That's took me a while. I'm
Sorry.
gonna edit that part out where I didn't get it.
Oh yeah, like the 2 seconds where you're like,
The look on his face was just,
WWMD.
yeah.
I was like, Worldwide
Yeah.
Mickey Federation of Wrestling.
Running. I do. If I don't run in the morning, sometimes I'll go to work and people like if I slept in or whatever, and I'll go to work. People like, you didn't run today, did you? Like, what? What are you talking about?
No way.
Wow. So, based on the topic, is there anything like you could set up for us? There's anything like you don't understand that there's someone out there could help you understand something?
Oh man, put me on the spot there. What else don't I
Well,
understand?
think on that for a minute because I'll just, while you think on that, part of the episode that I cut with Rose is she said, actually, and I'll splice this in right now.
Souped up cars when they vroom by you and it's just loud and annoying. I don't look at that car with any sort of like.
Okay, we've got a couple car people. We'll
All right.
We'll bring them on
Help
and
me
help you
understand.
understand.
How the noise. I don't like any sort of super loud, souped up car that goes past me.
I mean, Jason Muxlow's a big car guy. I'm not sure he's going to defend the loud engine though, but he will.
That's fine.
Talk to
I
us.
will listen with an
Well,
open
actually, do you want
mind.
to?
I'm-
Do you want to wait? Do you want to wait on the Jason Muxlow episode because we are going to talk cars?
Okay, yeah.
But I know you could defend it.
Yeah, I
you
definitely
looked
could.
like you were like, hang
You're
on.
getting ready to
Yeah.
answer that.
I mean, I'm into cars.
Give us a
so
preview though.
it's just like I think we could fill this back into the running, the music stuff. I mean, it's all about the work that's put into it. I mean, I worked on cars with my dad, and so it's just something that you get done with it. Even if it's like fixing a brake or putting
Right.
a new tire on, you get done with it and you're like, I did that.
But why the volume?
The volume, because then everyone hears it. Everyone, you penetrate the world with your like creation,
Interesting.
and so you
it's
like
your form of music.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
I
trying
mean,
to.
there are times for it, like don't
Yeah.
do it at like 3 a.m. But
Yeah.
if you're like on South Saginaw Street or whatever, and you're got a nice souped up Mustang or something, and you're
You
like,
might as well show it
you're
off.
rev it. You might as well.
Okay.
Because you spent. Oh, right there.
Exactly.
There you go.
that couldn't have been better.
Wow.
Because I mean, it's big around here.
Oh, yeah.
So
Like back to the bricks.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'm right on Saginaw. I live right off Saginaw, so it's like I just sit out in mine and I'm like, ooh. I just like, I'll look down. Like a dad, watching his kid play baseball or something. It's like,
Yeah.
mhm.
Flint area. There are Pennsylvania listeners, so
Oh,
it's
yes,
our
yes,
it's
yes.
our car festival. A lot of
Yeah.
places have them, but it's our
Oh yeah, definitely.
Flint version.
But
of
we'll
that.
get more into that when
Yeah.
we get. Who you said Jason's on?
Jason Muxlow
yeah,
wants
okay.
to talk cars and Star Trek.
Sorry.
Cars
That's
and Star Trek.
You guys will have to talk to me.
Yeah, we're gonna have to help you understand Star
I
Trek,
don't
aren't we?
know.
Cheers.
But anything we can help you understand.
Got anything up there?
The cars is a good one for me too, because I've never been a car guy.
Bigger car guys than me, but I'm pretty into cars too. There will always be someone who's more into the thing you are into,
Right.
for the most part. So I mean, yeah, I can talk.
You
to
have
them.
a healthy respect
Healthy
for
respect.
that
Very
hobby.
Exactly.
Okay.
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 Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
This is great.
So you
Mickey was
understand
one of the first people to say, "Hey, I'll be on your show."
Oh yeah, definitely.
So open invitation.
of course.
There
If
you
you
go.
can help us understand anything that you're passionate about, this is not a, I don't know, high and lofty podcast. This is just
Nope.
a community experiment to
Exactly.
bring people together. So
But there may not be pie.
there may not be pie,
Sadly.
but I don't know. We will accept food donations.
We will to try on the podcast.
Yeah, to try on the
You'd be like,
podcast.
"Hey."
Teresa, I know you bake too, so anything you want to bring over for us to show off on air.
Definitely.
Yeah,
All right.
good deal. Let's
Good.
finish with some pie.
Indeed.
All right.
I'll
time.
just.
I'll step away from the mic.
I won't.
I'm eating it with this dangerous serrated pie disher. We're feeling the love, Bill. We're feeling the love. So this has helped me understand. Thanks, Mickey. Go team.